botše gore re tlo ba le moyeng wa rena go tšwa ka mola go KM Consulting and Development Services ka lebitšo ke Kgadi Mmanakana. Setse Kgadi, dumela.
Dumela, Donald, thank you for having me.
All right. Re thabetše go ba le wena mo Waterberg Biz Corner. Waterberg Biz Corner. You are the founder of KM Consulting and Development Services. You help out upcoming and starting up businesses. Lydia, you guys do so many things, business planning, business proposals, writing, strategy formulation, jwalo. Mara pele re tsena mo a ke re thome ka na Kgadi ke mang, o tswa kae, o goletše kae, o tsene sekolo kae?
Okay, ke a leboga. Kgadi ke ngwana wa Mmanakana ko ga Matlala, Limpopo. Even though right now I'm based in Johannesburg, I'm from Ramatala. Ke kene sekolo ko various places, from the Val, I did UJ and Regenesis Business School, so it's just all over. And basically who I am, I'm just the possibilitarian. So there is no way I can Kgadi Mmanakana without mentioning the word possibilitarian, because what it simply means, it comes from, it just informs everything that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So for me, even what you've just mentioned about KM Consulting, Kgadi ke motho lo reng o rata progress in the community. So I'm all about creating possibilities for other people. So everything that I do, I just want the listeners to know what it's all about. I do this thing from my heart. Everything that I do is from my heart, and it's about creating possibilities for other people.
All right. Arna bertsene mola go aktor ke bitsa gabotsena KM Consulting, your business. I see that there's a whole lot of things that you're doing. You are an author, you have a podcast, you are busy. What are some of the services that you guys offer in development, consulting and development services?
Thank you. So KM Consulting, it is focused on, it's a strategy consulting company that is trying to decrease the number of businesses that fail every year. So we started this company to make sure that people that get into business, they don't fail, they stay in business. So that mission, informing the services that offer. So what we do, we focus on people that are starting out. We make sure that when you say you have an idea, we want to help you and make sure your idea is profitable. Not business just for the sake of, it's like you think it's like the next Facebook. We want to make sure reconfirm our so we work with those people. That's business planning part of things. And then we work with people, Valoring, they're already in business.
Yeah.
And we're trying to help them to have systems in place. Like they're business owners, Valoring, they don't know how they approach marketing, they don't know how to get clients, they don't know how to access funding, they don't know how to grow their businesses.
Yeah.
So we help them with formulating strategies. We help them with like the mentorship part of things. They can come to us and say, you know what, I'm in this type of business and I'm trying to grow my business. So we need to get you growth ready. If you say you want to grow your business, we need to understand, how do you want to grow your business? Are you talking about opening a new branch? Are you talking about increasing revenue of a business and all that? So what we do is business planning and development. So the list of services, yes, will start from business plans, proposals, business strategies, marketing strategies, sales strategies, and all that. But for us to know which services to offer you, we have to first understand what a stage is a house smoker and what is that you want to achieve. And then from there, we will tell you the intervention that we go offer Ion. And also we do offer mentorship where we understand your business is hard. It is so hard and people really buy it think are easy. So what we do is we also offer, but they're starting out in business, River Guide. Every month we meet up with them. We have a session with them twice a month, and then we guide them on sales. How far are you? You're saying, because there's this thing, people, they want to be millionaires, right? But they don't know what to be a millionaire. You have to plan. How are you going to get that million?
Yes.
So when we meet every month, or really there are million. So this week, how much did you make? So it's about making sure that you're executing. So we just do almost like everything: advisory, consulting, business development, and mentorship. That's what we do. As long as it's going to keep you in business.
Oh, that's incredible stuff. There's a lot of people that start up businesses and register them and go through all those initial phases, but eventually the business collapse, and that is why they've got you guys to help them up. All right, my business, and part of the aim, the desire is that I want to become a millionaire. I want to make money. I want this thing to be profitable. One of the questions that people ask, Basatoma, banale an idea, the question of how can I get funding? If somebody the only question they have is that how can I get funding? Can you advise somebody like that? How can they access funding?
Okay, thanks for that. To get funding, the first thing we need to be clear on, and I'm going to help these people that are listening right now based on how I actually also help my clients. First of all, we need to understand how much funding do you need, how much money do you need. Yes. Because most people, they don't know how much, they just say we need funding. But if an investor, they don't have a specific figure. Yeah. So they need to know, if you say unaga 10,000 rands, okay, fine. The next question will be, you break it down, right? You need to be clear on how much you need and how are you going to use it. Then from there, assess what type of funding do you need? We have different types of funding. We have business loans, we have venture equity, we have investors, right? And then we have the grants, the government and all that. So you need to check which one are you looking for, right? So that when you go out there and seek funding, you know where you're going. Then from there, let's say, for example, you're looking for a business loan or a grant. Yes. Then the next thing will be which institutions offer grants or business loans. You list them. NYDA, CEDA, CIFA, whatever, NEF, those people. Then from there, check the requirements. Do you qualify? Before you even go with this business plan, do you qualify? What is that they're looking for? Business plan is one of the requirements. Okay, they will normally want a business plan. Sometimes for the business loan, they want like your collateral. Do you have assets and all those things? Write them down and then make sure this whole process is about getting you ready for funding. Then make sure that all those things that are needed, you get them before you even submit anything. Because if you avoid that stage, you're going to submit your business plan and then you won't get any response because you don't qualify. You didn't even check if they offer people like you. You need to understand for example, let's say you want to go to IDC, right? You want to apply to IDC. Yes. IDC has specific sectors that fund. If sector your business is in, they don't fund it. So you need to be sure when you apply to this institution, they offer, if you are in electrical or business development or whatever sector or industry, make sure they offer people like you. Also, some institutions, they do not offer people that are starting out, the startups. They only offer people valoring, they're already at growth stage. It's important people to do homework to check do they qualify? Are these people that they're submitting to the relevant people? Then from there, after you've completed all these things, the requirements and compliance documents and everything, start knocking on the door. And there's just one advice I want to give them. It is hard to get funding. People, they need to know, especially in South Africa, because young people, especially young people, because mostly we do not have assets, so we can't go for business loans. Mostly we go for the grant, right? So, if you go apply funding at NYDA, or look at Waterberg district, there are other people in Limpopo or within the Waterberg district following the same funding that you're looking for. So, meaning a competition. So, you have to make sure your business plan is up to date, your compliance document is up to date, and also you need to make sure that you show up for your business. Don't just submit and then wait for them. Go to them. Don't scala, because I feel like the system was designed to filter that's why but give up on this process, because it can be a long process. But I'm telling you, there are people to funding, but it took time. They have to follow up, they have to go show up, present. So when they say fix this thing, go and fix it. There is funding, but you just need to make sure that you get ready, get yourself ready. Play like at the last minute. So that's just like the advice I can give right now.
Yes. And okay, let's talk about, because you guys, you do all this consulting with, before it was into the next questions. Okay. I'm going to jump. I usually put this question, but where can people get your services? Somebody's listening right now, they are just about to walk out of their car and then buy a let's give a detail. Where can people get, do you have social media presence, accounts and contact details, websites where as a company?
Yes. Okay, firstly, let me give them the number because it's available on course also by WhatsApp. So it's 081 414 0017. 081 414 0017. They can text me on WhatsApp or they can call me. And then on Facebook, it's KM Consulting and Development Services, or my own. They can just search mine, Kgadi Mmanakana, right? And then our website, iloratory everything. It does.
All right.
-cds.co.za. www.km-cds.co.za. And Kimabatotola other like the links to other social media platforms, and also our podcast where they can get free business business tips and all that.
All right, let's talk about that podcast Yahaho and what you guys talk about there, and also touch on. I also see that you are an author of a few ebooks. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so the podcast and the ebooks, these are from Tabaoring. Like at heart, I'm a teacher. Yes. I want to equip these entrepreneurs. I want to help them to a point whereby they don't need a consultant every day. So they need to be able to build their own business plans, whatever and everything. So so with the podcast and the ebooks is my way of teaching them, because I realized that some entrepreneurs, because they're starting out, they cannot afford my consulting fees. Yeah. So I create this content, or like I consumer, they can just use it whenever they want. It's either I make it very cheap or it's free. I want, like, the podcast is free, then the ebooks is like 100 rand. So with the podcast, what is focused on, it is for people valoring they're starting out. So what I do, I guide them. Like right now, I did a series on business strategy development, how to develop a strategy for your business. I also did an episode on what funders look for in a business plan, so it can guide them on how to build their business plans and all that. Yes. So it's all about giving them like the tips and the tools on how to go about doing things themselves. The same thing with the books. Yes. The books, Decoding Entrepreneurship, it's somebody learning, it is somebody learning, or I have an idea. I want to move from a state of having idea to making money from this idea. So it's the book that will guide you. It's a guide. It's not a theory book. It's a guide. It's a practical book. So meaning you'll be working, if it says write your vision or whatever, you have to be writing that. And then we have like your marketing plan guide. There's another one, adapt or get out of business, or get out of business by COVID-19. Yes. This one, there's something that has happened. I'm a strategist and I research a lot. Yes. So people that are in business, they need to understand that a business they're operating in an ever-changing market environment. Yes, like COVID-19. Yes. COVID-19, it changes the behavior of the consumers and it makes things difficult. So they need to understand that competition increase. So in that ebook, I just gave them the inside, or be careful of 1, 2, 3. It happened. So you need to change your business model. Like, for example, but never try to rekisha from shop. If Varka lockdown and now a movement, how are you going to sell? Are you going to close down? So it means you need to now start integrating the online delivering and all that. So in that book, I'm just giving them, it's part of the strategy to say, how can you change how you do business? Because sometimes, like, we have lots of big companies that went out of business because they didn't change when things change. Yes. So that is just about me. It's all about teachings. If right now your listeners, they're looking for like the guides, like they want to learn, they want to stay in business. This is not for people valoring. They are not ready to put in the work. If they are ready to put in the work and they want to make the money that they say they want to make, they have to engage those.
Yes. You're touching on something very important. I was just giving an example before to the listeners. There is what we call evolution and innovation in motorcycling your business. There's a lot of businesses who now had to move from physical location and go online. Mm. So if now somebody is listening to you, they are a young business upcoming, and then they are passionate, and then they want to to grow their market footprint. Maybe they are based Palale, they are based Mamukopani, they are based Kobila or Komahaye and they want to utilize things like websites, social media, can they get a hold of you to or over tush and but what advice can you give them about this era, COVID-19 and going digital with their business?
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, to answer the first question, yes, I can help them. If they need to help with that, they can come to me and we discuss and we can help them. Then let me give them like the tips on how to go about it. Yes. So it starts with being consistent. Right now, if you have a Facebook page, there are a lot of them. They have Facebook page on their thingy, they have Facebook page for their companies, right? Yes. So they have to make sure that it's not about advertising, selling all the time. Yeah. Online, the people that win who go online are the people who create value for their audience, right?
Yeah.
On social media, the competition ends. We have fake news, we have people that are comedians, we have people who are selling. So you need to get the attention of those people. How do you get that attention? You have to make sure that you are consistent. You don't just post once a week. You have to make sure that there's always something, content there. Because, yes, one moment you post, and then okay, you have 2 followers or something like that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow also, so you have to make sure that you have a plan on what you're going to post every day, either aligned, and it shouldn't always be about selling and selling and selling. Because people need to earn. You need to earn people's money. You have to give them value. Let me just do an example with me, right?
Yes.
How I'm utilizing this, and maybe it will give them pointers.
Yes.
Right now, as somebody who is business development, I have to create value. I'm creating value by making sure that I give them free tips.
Yes.
Because for them to open their wallets to buy from me, they need to be sure this person is going to help me.
Quality.
Yes. So if you are doing business, let's say for example, makeup, business, you have beauty salon and everything, right?
Yes.
So how about online, a YouTube channel where you teach people how to apply makeup and everything if you are selling products?
Yes.
So you show them all these things, or okay, and this is how you do and everything. So then a person will be inspired. If it's Kgadi makeup, and then 1 hour and you have a tutorial on how to do makeup and everything, I can get inspired, and I know when I buy it, I will know how to apply it. Because it won't help me if I just buy and I don't know how to use it. So social media, you need to be authentic, you need to be consistent, you need to create content. You're not selling, you create content. So they need to understand, they need to look at that. These big companies right now, the big brands, I won't mention any names, right? Yes. These people, they were not on social media before, but nowadays they are back on social media because they know what their consumers, they are on social media. People are spending more time. There's money circulating on social media. So what they're doing right now, they're trying to start this podcast. They're trying to do this live thing. They just give tips and all sorts of stuff. They're trying to engage people. So a person who is listening right now and they're asking, how can I use social media to make money?
Yes.
The free way is to make sure create content that is valuable to your customers. It is also relevant to your potential customers. And then from there, you can also do advertising. There's paid advertising and it's cheap on Facebook.
Yes.
You can pay like 100 rand and then you boost. If you more Waterberg and you want the customers to Waterberg, you can do it that way. You pay that 100 rand or something, whatever budget that you have, and you say, I want people between these ages, people who are based in these areas, people who are interested in this. And then go Facebook. Post how it those specific people. I think on Facebook we have different interests and everything. So
yes.
And I'm sure your listeners are aware of this thing. They once came across a post, the inwardly sponsored coding. Yeah. And then it's just something they're interested in. And then maybe they clicked or whatever. So they can do it, something like that. And it's something that is cheap. So that is just like the shortest version I can tell you. I can just advise them. And one thing I can say is that there is money on social media. For one, I built my business on social media. And I will tell you that online, like I would say 99%. I'm not trying to block anybody, but 99% of my clients, I got them through social media, somewhere online, whether via website or social media.
Yes.
So they have to put in the work, create content, engage people. And one last thing, I'm not sure if you still have a chance.
Yes, we still have a few more minutes.
Okay, so only these Facebook groups on social media, the business and all that, I want to advise them on something.
Yes.
They need to know on social media, people are busy. Whatever, right? They're looking for service provider.
Yes.
People they're making a mistake of commenting or they text me or I'm interested or they leave their numbers. Don't do that.
Yes.
When I also the numbers, how somebody already called them because this person she just all the details and the numbers. Somebody should be fast. I'm that contract. So you have to be fast. Something. Make sure that you are selling on the spot because you're competing for that one client.
Yes.
So they shouldn't do this thing of leaving numbers because it's not up to the client to contact you. You have to call the client because you're the one who needs money.
You have to go and get it. Go and grab it.
Yes.
No, ke rekwa. Jwale re felletja sesi Kgadi Mmanakana. Generally, what other advice can you just give to somebody who particularly, I'm always worried about these guys. All they have is an idea and a desire. Can they also come to get a consultation report from you guys? And what message can you say to them? who are still wanting to start up, but all they have right now is just an idea. Yes.
Okay. Let me give them a tip right now.
Yes.
Okay, for somebody who is having an idea, the first thing you need to do, you need to write it down. And you write it down in this way. The first thing, you have to design a business model, and I'm going to make it simple for them. What is a business model?
Yes.
A business model is three things. The first thing, your idea, no matter how good it is, you have to make sure it is solve a specific problem. Write it down. What is the problem that you want to solve?
All right.
Right?
Let me slow it down. It must solve a specific problem.
A problem.
All right.
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
So from there, after you identify the problem, you have to identify the group of people by Lauren they are experiencing that problem.
Okay.
Right? That's your customers.
Yes.
Right? And then from there, you need to make sure that those people will be in a position to afford whatever it is that you're solving.
Yes.
Because people, sometimes you ask people, who is your customer, right? And they will say they're selling to everybody. You can't sell to everybody.
Yeah.
You have to be clear in your mind. Like, for example, right now, I'm a business consultant.
Yes.
And I know that there are a lot of businesses that need my services. But not everybody who needs my services is my client. My client is somebody who needs my services, and they also can afford me. So these people, they need to make sure that when you start a business, make sure that the people that you want to solve the problem for, they are in a position to pay you. They are willing to pay you.
Yes.
So after you have identified the problem and the target market, the second question is, how are you going to sell this problem to them?
Yes.
This is when we're talking about a service or a product.
Yes.
Like right now the problem is that businesses are failing, right?
Yes.
So, and then the failure businesses are already identified the customer groups, the entrepreneurs and business owners. Then how am I going to reach these people? So I'm reaching these people through specific products such as what business plans, those lists and everything, right? That is the first part. And the second one is, how are you going to reach these people? How are you going to market to them? It starts with these people. Go back to those people. Okay, if you want to sell to young people, right? Okay, if your product is for young people, where do we find young people? If young people are found in school, it means you can't be advertising on a platform where young people are not found. If you want, for example, right now, let's just do this simple example. If your product is for old people, and then old people are not social media, you can't be advertising on social media. It means you need to go to those community meetings, or you need to do the house to house, or you need to find a way to reach old people so that you can sell to them. Then the last thing is, how much will it cost me to execute this idea? The cost. Funding requirements of this idea, the resources that you need, you list them. Then from there, how are you going to make money? What ways are you going to make money? Okay, I'm going to make money by providing advice, mentorship, the buka, 1, 2, 3. I'm just giving an example with me.
Yes.
So people need to find ways, how are they going to make money? Because you can have a good idea and be clear on how you're going to sell it. But if you don't know how you're going to make money, then why are you in business? Because you're in business to make money. So that is like the simplest way to do it. And at this point, this is where, when you are clear, the third stage, how you're going to make money, is the one that gives you an idea whether this thing is profitable or not. Because you're going to match your cost, how much it will cost you to launch this thing, and how are you going to make money. So if you're not going to be, if the costs are how they're more than the money that you're going to be making, you shouldn't be executing the idea, unless if you're going to change the solution or you're going to refine something. But you shouldn't be executing an idea, even if it's the nicest idea, if you're not going to make money. If that's the case, if you want to continue with it, then just do an NPO and don't get into business.
All right. Kgadi Mmanakana, wa KM Consulting and Development Services. Ake o nape re tswalla re go leboga o re fe that website again where people can find you, the email address and the nomoro tsela ba ka go khumana mo go tsona.
All right, thank you. The website is www.km-cds.co.za, and the email is hadi@km-cds.co.za, and the number is 081-414-0017. It's also available on WhatsApp. They can also text me.
Okay. No, ria leboga. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again monakong etlang, because I can just hear there's such a wealth of knowledge and information that we can benefit from your services, from your knowledge, from your experience and all that you have gone through.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm also looking forward to that. I'm keen to come back and to help your listeners that are looking to start their own business or are already starting a business.
All right. Go fitlhela re bolela gape ka nako e tlang, Kgadi, re a leboga.
O leboga nna.
Thank you so much.
All right.